our code here. The first thing you must remember, you must add these lines. Qt plus equals to core u greater than is Qt major version dot for Qt plus minus unit source. So now when we have done that, we are going, let me try to open the document. It's in my, I've saved it. So here in the document is saying that write a Qt graphical user interface program to generate a username and an initial password given the full name of the user. Given below are the rules of generating a valid username. So these are the rules that you are given. It consists of 5 characters, where the first character is in uppercase and the rest of the 4 characters are in small case. The username is created by combining the first 4 characters of the user surname with the first characters of the first name. If the surname does not have 4 characters, more characters are taken from the first name to make up the user name. If the username and the first name combined is less than 5 characters, then appended sufficient number of 0 to create the username. So an initial password is generated by combining randomly selected 5 characters from the full name of the user. Note that no space are allowed to the username or password. User input should be obtained using a Q input dialog. Take that into account. You can expect the full name as a single string where each word is separated using a space. For example, Mike William Owen. The output username and password should be displayed using a Q message. You need not do any verification of the user input. So there is what we needed. So now I'm gonna I will go to my Qt creator. If you don't have a Qt creator, just come to your internet here. Then after your internet, you can go to your internet. In your internet, let's see, okay. When you come to your go to your internet, you can just type Qt creator. When you type your Qt creator, then you can just download it. It's gonna pop out. The first one that pop out there is you can just download it. Then you follow the instructions. So now let's go to do that questions. So I'm going to open my Qt already open. You can, if you don't know, because I have already made a lesson based on how to use your Qt, you can WhatsApp me, or you can WhatsApp me in my number 0723373640 if you're gonna need help. We are also having a class for COS2614. It starts at 8 p.m. So if you want to join the class, feel free to WhatsApp me. You're gonna learn a lot. Many of the things I'm discussing, I'm showing my students in the classes. They are doing excellently. So if you want to learn, WhatsApp us. The numbers, my cell phone number are gonna be written below the descriptions. 0723373640. We can't wait to be with you in the class. So let's start with our programming. So now we're going to start with writing the header files. When we start with the header files, we're going to start with the header files. Just give me one moment. Hash includes. So remember, we are writing a program that is going to help us to generate the password, username, and the password. So we're gonna start with a hash include application. Let me see, application. I'm having many screens here. Don't be surprised. Hash include applicant Q application. application. Then we're gonna also include this header file, hash include. I will be a little bit fast, but I'm gonna be explaining each and every step that I'm going to be doing. Q input. Q input dialog. Okay. Q input dialog. We're gonna also have hash include. It's gonna be a long video because there's a lot of things that I have to write here, that I have to try and solve. Then I have to put some spices to make it nice. I want to make this up very nice. Message box. We're gonna have a message box. This is just a basics. My student knows what I'm doing. I already taught them. So if you want to be one of my students, feel free to come and join the class. Let's include. So this hash include, I'm gonna have for generating a random password because it's going to be random. I'm gonna random random generator. You can even see it there, random generator. You can just click on it. Then we're going to write our int main. Int main I already explained to my student also because they just needed this, but we were doing it in class. In the int main, how do you start? You might find that you don't even know how to start, how to write int main. Why am I writing this? Because this is a new modules. So feel free to come to class. You are welcomed. So now we're going to start our program. So when we start our program, the Q application is our app. This is our app. So I'm gonna put some even spices. So now this one that I'm going to write the one for I'm going to write the one for inputting to get user input. So for getting user input, I will start with a bool. Okay, our bool. Then we're going to define our Q string. Our Q string is gonna be full name. To input dialog, I just wanted to write it. I don't want to write everything. I want to input dialog, get text. Many of the things you'll see them appearing when we write there. So in the get text here, we're going to write the null. Gonna write the null p to enter. Okay. Enter your name. Enter your name. Enter your name. Then let's just indicate, show this person that is a full name. Some errors, I'm gonna change them when I'm done writing. Then it's going to be a Q line editor. Let me edit. It's be normal. So let me check, because this was a very huge line. Okay, it's fine. We are okay so far. So now this one that I've just written here, we are going to use an if statement. In the if statement, you're gonna say if okay, because we make this our bool okay. Then in the if statement here, we are going to, for splitting full name into a list of words. So we are going to use the qstring name parts. Then I say name parts, and then this is going to be equals to the full name dot split underscore full name dot split. Then we are going to also, after the full name there, we are going to extract the first name and the surname from the name parts. Then when we extract them, we're going to use this command. Going to be qstring again. We're going to have a qstring. In our qstring, we have a first name, which is equals to, our first name is going to be equals to name parts. We're going to start taking the 0, 1, and then qstring surname again. qstring surname. Let me see. I hope I don't have a student now that I'm supposed to be teaching. Okay, it's fine. There is no student that I'm supposed to be teaching this time. So let's proceed with our lesson. Those qstring surname going to be equals to name parts. For qstring surname going to be equals to name parts also. Dot last. Let me see. So when you see it here, it's telling me that there are errors. This is qstring name. Right, so let me just finish. I'm gonna do the other one. Let me check. Okay, string name, and then if there is error, okay, string list. It's fine. Name parts. String name parts. Then I'm just trying to that I don't have much errors. Yeah, Okay. Okay, and then this one, let me check. Yes, fine. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, string that. Okay, the last name. Then I already have string sign name. I have it. And then I'm gonna go to string username. So in string username, let me just do undo here. Right. Right, it's fine. This one is just complaining that it's only one there. There is missing one. We're gonna fix that when we are almost done. So in the string username there, we're going to use the if statement again. If username dot length, if our username assigning name dot length is greater than 4, because the question says it must be, if it's greater than 4, then what must happen? Then we want it to username first name plus string So if we check here in the Q string, the source must be capital letter, and then username dot left justified must be I there, 7I, and we must have a semicolon. Then we can go, we are good, ready to go. So now we're going to go to create the initial password. To create an initial password, we're gonna use the Q string again. Remember, a password is not a number. We're going to take it as a string because we are not going to add them or subtract them. Q string messages is going to be equals to username. Username plus the username plus a user. This one is the initial password. Initial password. So let me check password. Q string, then let's give us the problem. Q string message equals to username. Let's put that there and create a space in username plus shell password plus password. Okay, I will come back to this one. Let me create a Q message now. Q message box. For the Q message box, we're going to inform for the information. So what information?